Ain't going on your terms, Craig. But you lose everything you own. And some of what you own is your family.
Immediate service by visiting us at tips.fbi.gov.
Thank you. And what is the federal violation you're calling to report?
I am planning on
Krill.
Mitch McConnell and the plot
You're
to
planning on Mitch McConnell?
yeah, Mitch McConnell.
Why are you planning on Mitch McConnell?
Because the FBI won't listen to me.
What? So what are you trying to report?
I'm trying to report myself.
But
I'm trying to report myself. I just made a file on my Google Drive that has all the information about my plot to assassinate Mr. McConnell. And I think some federal agent should come and take everything off my hard drive.
Okay, well what is your residential address?
It is 24... Stop it. Howdy, I am Ciaran Warner and I'm the editor of The Body International. And this is a website that is designed to prevent cult abuse and to educate the public about the dangers of cults. Of course, there is one cult we are particularly interested in here at The Body International, and that is, of course, the body.
That summer I played a lot of solitaire. Thought about how I wanted to love you enough to miss you. A real small room, I played like I was furniture. Thought about how I wanted to love missing you enough to love you. So I thought about everything we talked about, but we didn't talk about anything. Next summer I thought about the summer in that small room. When we saw my role for you, hated it enough to miss you. And my spirit floated just the fuck out of me, and I waved goodbye to it. Living since has been awfully trip. I could tell you all about it, but I thought about everything I thought about, but I didn't think about anything.
That's the first thing Jesus ever preached. Sex.
We are going to expose these idiots and do our best to make sure whatever membership drive is in place and future membership drives are slowed, halted completely by a simple search on Google. I want to join a church. It's called The Body. What's this washing? Mark seems like a cool guy. I'm going to look him up. Then you Google, oh, holy shit, this is a cult. I'm not joining a cult. We just wanted people not to join this group. And there's nothing available online right now that other than this that says the body sucks and the body sucks. Every single cult is an organization that no one should be a part of. There's no such thing as a cult that doesn't brainwash you, for instance. And if you're getting brainwashed, that's a bad thing 100% of the time. Oh, the body? Like, it should be shocking when you check out what the body is. It should be, because it's an appalling organization. The idea is that there are no new victims created by Mark or his goons. We wouldn't be very good advocates if we didn't report every single new lead that we had to law enforcement. I mean, we have to report it to law enforcement. We don't sit on leads. Somebody says they were molested, we're calling the cops, we're calling local law enforcement, we're calling state law enforcement, we're calling the FBI, because this is an interstate organized crime. This is international organized crime, and we will report Mark every time he commits a serious offense. If he speeds, I don't really give a shit if Mark drives 100 miles an hour. In fact, I want Mark to drive 100 miles an hour. Which brings us to today's video, the plot to
Krill.
Mitch McConnell. You see, this is something that happened way back in December of 2020. Remember December of 2020? It was unseasonably warm. This was, I mean, maybe seems recent, but this website was not on the internet. What happened was that I was trying to get the attention of the FBI. So they'd take a peek at Mark and investigate his sexual abuse of minors, all the fraud that was going on, and whatever the fuck he did to Carrie C. If Carrie C. is even among the land of the living anymore, it's hard to say. That is certainly what I called law enforcement about the most, is Carrie. For reasons that will become very obvious on this website.
Little soul slipping out a hole in my eardrum, kicking softly, wanted to poke on, but I got such a weak belly. Whimper, thinking about me and my grievances. Weakness, doofus, champion of nothing, just colossal tongue waster. History minutes will be such a distraction. Just a moment
And you know that is a huge concern of mine. Is like, where is this baby? There is this missing baby now that is somewhere. I don't know if it's in the cult, if it's, I don't know what happened to this baby. For me, there's still kids that are in the cult, just because of the direction that Mark was going with it.
Yeah.
So here's one of the doctrines that was coming out, within a year of me getting kicked out of the place. Was this is our 12th year. He always referred to the bride as being, or the body, or the cult as being the bride. And he said, did you know that in biblical times the bride was ready for marriage at the age of 12. The bride was ready to conceive at the age of 12. And he said this over and over. Well, I didn't really even think about it until after I got kicked out. But that's the way he starts these things, and I have zero doubt that any young girl in that place is his bed partner at the age of 12.
Uh-huh.
And there are other kids that are still involved in the cult.
So I was trying to get the FBI to look into Mark, because he is a rapist and a child molester. But the point is, I called many times, and every time I called, I had a new complaint. I had kind of a tough go with the FBI. With the regular police, you call, you say what the crime is, they have to investigate it. With the FBI, I could tell they were making a file, but that was really all they were doing, was making a file, recording the conversation. I couldn't get any of the actual evidence into their hands. And what really pissed me off, what the 911 dispatcher will never do, but what the FBI would do, is hang up on me. So one night, I was sitting at my computer, and I was just listening to files of Mark talk about extraordinarily criminal behavior, talk about things like rape, make death threats.
He forfeits his life, and he better not last this month. You have to die. You have to, quickly.
And I thought there has got to be a way to get these files to the FBI and not just have recordings of me telling them about these files. I wanted them to have enough to build a case against this fucking asshole. And I decided I'm going to call the FBI until I get an email address where I can ship these files off to, or until they send an agent to my house. So what I did was I put a file in my Google Drive, I put a file on my desktop, and they both were just chock full of the most serious accusations made against Mark. And the name of the folder was, the crimes of Mark, whose last name I'm not going to say. So yeah, I was going to call until I got an email address or they came and took my computer. And I made this known. I made this known on my first call of the evening. I've got stamina. Gotta cut that. I made this known on the first call of the evening. This was fucking TGIF for me. I got frozen pizza. There's a beer in the fridge. I am going to keep calling until you come.
Okay, thank you. And what federal violation are you calling to report today?
I am calling about organized crime, and I am going to keep calling until...
Okay. Have you previously reported this to anybody, sir?
Yeah, but I keep getting hung up on by the FBI, and I'm not going to stop calling until an agent comes to my house. And I have not said anything to the FBI about the money laundering, so that's why I'm calling you.
Let me put you on a brief hold. One moment,
Thank you.
please. Okay. You say you've previously reported this to the Bureau?
I have called the FBI probably 10 times now.
Okay. So what additional information do you have to furnish this?
I always have additional information because it's organized crime and there's so fucking much crime this guy is involved in that it is... I can never even get it out of my mouth before you idiots hang up on me.
All right, sir. So I'm going to go ahead and terminate the call.
So he's about to hang up, and I'm about to get real pissed off and come up with an idea on the spot. What if I were the criminal and I was calling to report myself? What if I said I am going to run over a pregnant woman, I'm going to throw a brick off an overpass onto a cop car? Gotta get more specific than that, though. I'm going to say I'm going to commit a crime. The plan is on my computer, and the FBI should come and check it out. Or I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. I thought about it for a second and thought, whose safety would I want to jeopardize if I wanted to jeopardize someone's safety? I cannot use Mark. I cannot say I'm going to kill Mark. I thought about it for a second, 5 seconds. Who else? Who else don't I like? Mitch McConnell. I hate Mitch McConnell. The FBI is going to know who he is. Why Mitch McConnell? Because fuck Mitch McConnell. Vile. He fucked up the Supreme Court. He just generally gives me the creep. And, it's always disappointing when somebody who is blessed with the looks of Mitch McConnell turns out to be a piece of shit, because then you can't think about them when you masturbate. So I changed my folders. The folders that I had on my computer, which used to be called the case against Mark B., were now called, what is it? It was the plan to starts with the letter A, Mitch McConnell, or it was the plan to start with the letter K, Mitch McConnell, or I think it was a Now, just so we're totally clear on this, it is totally legal for me to record a conversation with the FBI and release it, as you can see. This is a matter of public safety, for one. For two, I am a fucking crime reporter. I'm a journalist. Alright. I am going to edit this tape slightly. For one, my personal information is all over it, which you will hear me giving out liberally my personal information. So I'm going to water down that, and I'm going to water down the specifics of my crime, just in case Mitch doesn't think it's as funny as I do. It's funny. Otherwise, this is a real phone call to the real FBI about krilling the Speaker of the House.
Thank you. And what is the federal violation you're calling to report?
I am planning on Mitch McConnell and the plot
You're
to...
planning on Mitch McConnell?
Yeah, Mitch McConnell.
Why are you planning on Mitch McConnell?
Because the FBI won't listen to me.
What? So what are you trying to report?
I'm trying to report myself.
So
I'm trying to report myself. I just made a file on my Google Drive that has all the information about my plot to assassinate Mr. McConnell. And I think some federal agent should come and take everything off my hard drive.
Okay, well, what is your residential address?
It is 24...
Okay, so that was 24...
And that's an avenue in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My zip code is 55... I have a bunch of mail. What's that?
You said you have plans.
Oh yeah, I've got a huge plot.
What's your plans? Can you tell me?
I don't want to give you all my details, but I'm on a hard drive, which I can share with the FBI if you give me an email address. I have a folder called Plot to Assassinate Mitch McConnell that is where it's very clear what my plans are, and I would love to send them.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't have an email address that you can send that to me.
That's crazy. Do you know how crazy that is?
We do have tips.fbi.gov.
Okay, I don't care. We're on the phone right now, and I'm telling you that I'm going to kill McConnell.
So when's your plans to do this?
Tomorrow at, I don't know, as soon as I can get on a flight to Washington, D.C.
As soon as you can get a flight?
Yeah, you should check with, the FAA can help you here, because I'm going to get on an airplane as soon as I possibly can, and I'm going to go to Washington, D.C. I'm going to steal a gun from a drug dealer, and
You're going to steal a gun from a drug dealer?
Sure, yeah. That's my plan.
Do you have any other weapons in your home?
No, I don't have any weapons. I'm not a violent criminal. I'm just telling you what I'm planning on doing.
Okay, and you said you're planning on doing this tomorrow as soon as you get a flight?
Yeah. Hopefully by noon.
Hopefully by noon?
Yeah, by 12 p.m. I'm in Central Time, so it'll be 1 o'clock in Washington, D.C. To me, but it'll be noon. You know what I'm saying.
Okay. And your plan to do this is because the FBI will not listen to you?
Yes.
So what are you trying to report that the FBI isn't listening to you?
Organized crime of Mark Bispen. He's already. I have a ton of tape of him threatening human life, and I want a federal agent to come to my house and find the file that says my plot to assassinate Mitch McConnell. I want that. That's. I'm telling you though, I'm dead serious. I'm definitely going. Mitch McConnell is fucking toast. I'm gonna kill him.
Okay. Well, what other information do you have? Now, I know you said you wanted to report this Mark this.
Yeah, absolutely. I've reported him. I just reported him twice to the FBI. But this call is about my plot to assassinate impersonate Mitch McConnell. Let's not get, that needs to be said.
I understand. I heard that. Okay. And you said you have a file on your computer. Is it a laptop or a desktop computer?
It's a MacBook Pro. I'm going to keep my external hard drive plugged in.
Okay. So why do you want to target Mitch? Why is he your target?
You know, I just don't like him.
You just don't like him?
No, I just don't like Mitch McConnell.
Okay.
I've always, you know, I've always not liked that guy. So, yes, I have. He's just the person that I'm a psychopath, I guess, and Mitch has always been on my radar, and it's time for him to hasta la vista.
Okay. All right. And you said that do you have weapons in your home, though? Do you own any weapons? Because I know you said you wanted to get a gun from a drug dealer.
Yes, I want to get a gun from a drug dealer. Yes, that I also... I mean, I don't have any... I don't know. I don't know if there's anything weapon-like. I mean, there's a bong. I have marijuana in my house, too. I am definitely...
You have marijuana?
Yes, yes. Okay. And I plan on selling it to the first person that I see. I'm going to... that's illegal in Minnesota. I'm going to sell my marijuana to fucking school kids. And I'm going to make a note that says my plan to sell weed to kids.
You're going to make a note too? Okay, how long have you had this plan?
I don't know, 10 minutes. I'm going to write this in...
You it up in 10 minutes?
I'm going to write this in permanent marker. Wants to sell weed to school children. And
you said to small children?
No, it's just school children. There's
school children?
There's kids that are like 17. I don't think that's really a big deal.
Why do you want to sell marijuana to school children?
I don't know, because I'm crazy. Sunday, December 27th. That's right to you. It is 8:37 in Minneapolis. It's 9:37 where you are. Shit. Oh, I should sign it. My name is Warner. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sell.
You said you're writing this down?
Yeah, I just wrote it down.
Okay, where are you gonna leave it? Where are you gonna leave your note?
Right by my computer.
Right by your computer?
Yeah, and my computer is where my plans to Mitch McConnell are. And I just downloaded.
So how? Right.
How
do you plan on finding Mitch once you land in D.C.?
Oh, he's, I know where he works.
You know where he works?
Yes. He's a senator.
Okay. Okay. Is there any other information you want to provide me? Or you'd be willing to tell me?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do you want to know?
I want to focus on why you're wanting to... Mitch, now you told me you didn't like him.
I don't like him. I think he's the word I would use is mutant. Mitch McConnell is a mutant.
He's a mutant?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to see my impersonation of Mitch McConnell? Healthcare is theft.
Well, what other information do you want to provide me?
While I'm at it, while I'm in Washington, D.C., Mitch McConnell, I kind of want to President Donald Trump as well. If I'm already there, why not? Really?
Donald Trump too?
Yeah, I want to Donald Trump.
Why do you want to Krill Donald Trump?
I just don't like him. Same reason I want to Krill Mitch McConnell.
You don't like him? Okay.
No, and I think he's a cult leader.
Alright, and you said your residential address is 2 Avenue?
Yeah, absolutely. You got it right. You have my phone number?
Is that 612?
That's correct.
Alright, and your date of birth is... Is that correct?
Yeah, do you have my social?
I don't need your social.
Can I give it to you anyway?
No, you don't have to.
But can I if I want to?
That is up to you.
Okay, I do want to. I do want to, and I want to give you my social. It is... I am a dual citizen. I was born in the UK, but I'm an American. I've been an American my whole life. I don't even really remember English.
Okay. You said you were born in the UK?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I have my documents from that in my apartment, which I really, really hope you're going to send a federal agent to.
Okay. Will you be at your residence?
I'm not leaving. Yeah, I'm not leaving this place until somebody from the FBI comes here.
Okay. All right. Well, I am going to get this information on my end, okay? And you provided me your address and your telephone number, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
You. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a great night. Thank you so much.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Can you guess where I crossed the line? If I did cross the line, I'll give you a hint. No one gave a shit about me wanting to kill Mitch McConnell. Nobody cared about that. And can you blame anybody for not being upset that somebody's going to kill Mitch McConnell? I mean, Krill Mitch McConnell. Who is I mean, I'm sure she's, God rest her soul, but Mitch McConnell's mom wouldn't care if somebody was going to harm Mitch McConnell. He's Mitch McConnell. However, saying that you were going to kill the president, not actually a crime, because First Amendment, but the government takes it very seriously because, well, few people throughout history have said, I'm going to kill the president, and then they went out and killed the president. So, obviously, we have the Secret Service because we don't want the president to get killed. The government likes to have a president. They like to have a president with his brains inside his head. And this is what got me a date with the Secret Service. They listened to the same tape you just heard. They didn't take it too seriously. I didn't have the touch. They didn't take me seriously. Am I being monitored today in February of 2021? Probably, maybe. But I don't really care. I'm not that interesting to the Secret Service or the FBI. I'm sure this tape was the most entertaining thing at the FBI that day. And I'm sure they have all kinds of entertaining phone calls. They didn't even take, one thing I have not mentioned, is that when I got off the phone with the FBI, I booked a non-refundable one-way ticket to Washington, D.C. from Minneapolis. I wanted them to come to my house and so I could take the shit off my computer. This is just an example of how far I'm willing to go to end the abuse of the body and get Melissa back, get Carrie back if she can get back, and to get Mark off the streets. Mark is doing nobody any good out there in the public. He's a piece of shit. You know, something good did come out of this. It's funny to call the government and say you're gonna do what I said I was gonna do to Mitch McConnell. But it actually, it wasn't for naught. Because when I talked to the Secret Service, they said, well, why would you say you were gonna do what you said you were gonna do to the president? And I said, well, there's this guy, and he does this, and he does this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And I said something that I had never said to the FBI before about criminal behavior. And they said, you shouldn't be calling the FBI. That's not the right department. You should be calling the blank department. And I thought, oh yeah, duh. Why didn't I think of that? Why did it take the Secret? Why did I have to say I was going to kill Mitch McConnell to get here? That's it. I got nothing else. Good night.
I could be in the bathroom every day all day. Put on some Arthur Russell, see how fast I change. It's embarrassing.